Would you risk thousands of dollars just to shave a few seconds off your fuel stop? Most people do it without even realizing. Today, I'm breaking down 10 refueling mistakes that silently destroy EVAP systems, damage cylinders, trigger fires, and even void insurance claims. You'll learn the don'ts, the proper refueling sequence, and why topping off is one of the most expensive habits a driver can have. Stay to the end. The bonus mistake drains wallets every single day, and most drivers never notice it. Let's jump right in. Mistake number 10. Not checking the fuel type. Nearly 1 in 5 drivers has put the wrong type of fuel in their vehicle at least once. It happens most often when someone switches to a diesel vehicle, borrows a friend's car, or rents something unfamiliar. But this simple mistake can create a repair bill that hits like a freight train, and no, insurance won't save you. Let's start with the less catastrophic scenario. Diesel in a gas engine. Diesel is thicker, doesn't ignite the same way, and will instantly clog plugs, injectors, and the fuel system. The engine may misfire, run rough, or stall completely. And that's where the real trouble starts. Driving it circulates that contaminated fuel everywhere. One driver let a friend just move the car with diesel in the tank. 2 miles later, a $2,600 repair bill. If you ever make this mistake, do not drive the car. You'll need the tank drained, plugs replaced, and possibly injectors cleaned. Even the cheap outcome costs around $1,500. But the reverse mistake, gas in a diesel engine, is far worse. Gasoline wipes away the lubrication diesel injectors rely on. Fuel pump, dead. Injectors, gone. And that's before you even get the truck fully warmed up. If the engine overheats or seizes, repairs can easily exceed $10,000. Shockingly, the next mistake is even more common. Mistake number 8. Not grounding yourself. Static electricity. More than 4,000 fires happen around gas stations every year, and a surprising number used to come from something people don't even think about: static electricity. Your car builds static just from the tires rolling on pavement. You build static sliding across the seat. If that charge meets fuel vapors. Instant ignition. The Petroleum Equipment Institute launched the Stop Static campaign years ago because over 100 gas station fires per year were caused by static discharge. Some were mild. Others destroyed entire vehicles. Static-related fires are rare today thanks to better EVAP systems, but the risk still exists. Avoid it by following 3 rules. Turn the engine off. Don't get back in the vehicle while filling up. Touch metal to discharge static before touching the pump. Most people do this without thinking, but in dry climates or winter, the risk skyrockets. Stay grounded, literally. Up next is a mistake that can destroy an engine faster than diesel contamination. Mistake number 7. Using the wrong ethanol blend. You grab the cheapest pump, don't pay attention, and unknowingly select E85. You think you're saving money. Instead, you've just signed your engine's death sentence if your car isn't flex fuel. All vehicles after 2001 can handle E10, 10% ethanol, but only flex fuel cars can run E15 or E85 safely. Why is this deadly for a regular engine? Ethanol is a solvent. It dissolves seals, hoses, and plastics that aren't ethanol resistant, causing fuel leaks, a massive fire hazard. On top of that, ethanol has lower energy density, engine runs lean. Lean mixture, overheating, blown head gaskets, damaged pistons. Ethanol attracts water, corrosion, rust, and thousands in repairs. If your car has a metal tank, fixing the damage can cost over $2,000. Even in plastic tanks, a bad ethanol blend can cause stalling, rough running, and sensor failures. And if you own a car built before 2001, even E10 can destroy the fuel system. Sadly, the next mistake is even more dangerous. Mistake number 6. Smoking or open flames at the pump. You'd think no adult would do this, but the National Fire Protection Association reports that smoking materials cause roughly 120 gas station fires every year. Some people step behind the station to hide it, but most fires start in trash areas where smoldering cigarettes get tossed. The damage? Millions of dollars lost, burned down vehicles, injuries, even deaths. A man in Virginia was arrested this year for smoking within 20 feet of a pump. His mistake turned a car into molten scrap and heavily damaged the station. Unfortunately, the next myth is even more misunderstood. Mistake number 5. Believing phones can trigger an explosion. About 40% of drivers think using a phone at a gas pump can cause an explosion through electromagnetic radiation. Mythbusters tested it. The Federal Trade Commission debunked it. The NFPA debunked it. There's never been a single confirmed explosion caused by a phone at a gas station. So why the warning signs? For distraction, not danger. Distracted drivers. Take longer at the pump. Block lines. Forget which fuel they're pumping. Make the earlier mistakes we just talked about. And that leads straight into one of the most expensive fueling errors ever recorded. Mistake number 4. Putting DEF in the diesel tank or diesel into the DEF. Since 2018, labels were added to prevent mix-ups between diesel and DEF, but it still happens, and both mistakes are brutal. DEF is mostly water. If it enters the diesel tank and the engine starts, it crystallizes and destroys. Injectors, fuel pump, fuel lines. A full fuel system replacement can cost $5,000 to $20,000. Pouring diesel into a DEF tank is just as ugly. You'll ruin the SCR system and need a new DEF pump, injector, and catalytic converter. Still around $5,000 in damage. If you ever mix them up, do not start the engine. Get towed immediately. And if you don't drive diesel, your wallet still isn't safe, because the next mistake hits millions of gas engine owners. Mistake number 3. Using the wrong octane rating. Millions of drivers waste money every year buying premium fuel their engine doesn't need. But even worse are the drivers who skip premium when their engine requires it. Octane rating is just resistance to detonation. Regular equals 87, mid-grade equals 89 to 90, premium equals 91 to 94. High compression engines, turbo, supercharged performance models need premium because they build more heat and pressure. If you put regular fuel into a premium engine, it can begin pinging within minutes. Prolonged detonation can crack pistons, damage rings, and destroy cylinders. A replacement engine for something like a Corvette can cost $15,000. And warranties, they won't cover damage caused by wrong fuel. Let's look at another costly habit, one drivers rarely think about. Mistake number 2. Skipping fuel system service. Even if you refuel correctly every time, the things you don't do can destroy the engine faster than anything else carbon builds up. In injectors, on cylinder walls, on intake valves, especially GDI engines. After 10,000 to 15,000 miles, that buildup can cause misfires, detonation, and even catalytic converter failure. Repairs look like this. New injectors, expensive. New catalytic converter, approximately $2,000. Engine damage from detonation, $3,000 to $8,000. Follow manufacturer recommendations for filter changes, usually 20,000 to 50,000 miles. If your car has a lifetime filter, confirm that means around 100,000 miles. GDI engines also need periodic walnut blasting. It costs up to $1,000 but saves you thousands. Now for the mistake nearly everyone makes. Mistake number 1. Letting the tank run too low. Many people believe running below a quarter tank pulls dirt into the engine. Completely false. Modern filters block debris anyway. The real danger? Fuel pump overheating. Your pump sits inside the tank and relies on gasoline as lubrication and cooling. When fuel levels are too low, the pump runs hot and eventually fails. Running your tank low occasionally isn't harmful. Doing it repeatedly is a fast track to a $600 to $1,200 pump replacement. And that brings us to the bonus mistake, one that wastes fuel and causes EVAP codes every week. Not tightening the gas cap. A loose gas cap can waste up to 30 gallons of fuel per year. But the bigger issue is EVAP leaks. Codes like P0457, P0456, P0442, P0455. These are gold mines for dealerships. Some repairs reach $3,500, always twist the cap until it clicks several times. That tiny twist saves fuel, prevents leaks, and avoids false check engine lights. Now you know how to avoid the biggest fueling mistakes drivers make, and how to protect your engine, your wallet, and your safety every time you fill up. Thanks for watching, and if this video helped you save money or protect your ride, hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to Car Vitalize so you don't miss the next breakdown of real-world car tips and mechanic-level secrets. Stay safe, drive smart, and I'll catch you in the next one.